Audi India has launched a performance variant of the Q8. The Audi RS Q8 has been priced at 2.49 crore rupees ex-showroom. In fact, it is sold out for the next 6 months and the bookings for Q3 have begun today. And let's find out more about the brand's plans in India from the head of Audi India, Balbir Singh Dhillon. Mr. Dhillon, thank you so much for joining us on CNBC TV18 as well as Overdrive. A very good start for this year with the RS Q8 already sold out for the next 6 months.
I think what is attracting everybody towards the car is sheer performance of the car. 640 horsepower with 850 Newton meter of torque, 0 to 100 in 3.6 seconds. And this, mind you, this is 2.3 ton car.
Yeah.
So, sheer performance, the luxury, the build quality of the car, and all the features that we're providing this car. And of course, today we revealed the price. Even the customers who booked the car, they did not even know the pricing so far.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they'll be happy. But what we intend to do is that each of the car that we want to sell is, we want the car to be personalized by each customer. So we want each car to be very unique. It's like an extension of our customers' personality.
Right.
So very young audience, and we expect 50% of our 50% of the cars to be sold to our existing customers,
Right.
and 50% customers coming out from other brands to buy an Audi for the first time in this segment.
And you mentioned that it's already sold out for the next 6 months. Would you be able to give us a sense of the number of units that are already sold out?
So normally we don't share the number of units, but what I would like to share is that these cars are mostly backed by customer orders. So we get certain fixed allocation for the country, and whatever allocation that I got for this year already got sold off. So now I've put my request to the headquarters to give us more, and I'm hoping that we are able to get more of these cars and able to sell them as many cars as possible. And it helps us make our brand stronger. It helps us make more and more customers happy, and then also helps us sell more cars.
You did mention that the Indian auto luxury car market is still at 1%. How can that number grow?
I think there are broadly 3 topics that I must look at if I have to grow this segment. One is the customer base growing? The answer is yes. Because of the demographic of the country, the way the economy is growing, we are going to become 3rd largest economy. The stock market, $4 trillion continues to grow. So I think customer base, we expect the HNI's base to become from 85,000 to 1,65,000 by 2027. That means that part is sorted, the customer base is growing. The second part is manufacturers like us who are bringing more and more cars. So all the cars that are available globally also should be available for the customers. It's also happening.
Right.
I think the third part is also the cost of ownership. When it comes to cost of ownership, I think automotive segment still has very high GST, 28% is the GST.
Yeah.
And in our segment, you also have 20 to 22% cess on top. So the effective GST is 48 to 50%. So most of our customers are so very well traveled, so they know how much these cars cost outside India. So I think that customer base of 1% should become 2%. And if that puzzle is solved over a period of time, I'm sure this will broaden. Our anticipation is that by 2030, this 1% should be close to 2%, and by that time the industry should also be about 5 million plus. So all put together, the luxury space should be close to about 100,000 cars. But I think our ideal scenario should be that luxury space should be close to about 5%. And I still believe in the luxury space we are like a startup, moving towards reaching a decent volume, because then it will become a large, strong, solid industry once we cross that threshold of about 5%, but I think it's still away.
And talking about the projection to 2030, you did mention in one of your interviews that you're hoping that 50% of your sales in India will come from electrified vehicles. Is that, where are we on that front?
So as of now, I would still say we are running a marathon. It is still going to take time. We're still at a very low percentage because we only sell cars 1.2 crores and above.
Yeah.
But going forward, once we have more models, I think in terms of percentage, I generally feel that as an industry, in the luxury space, we should be about 30%, not 50. By the 2030, this is where our projections are, and we continue to focus there. And hopefully, the next few months, you will see some more decisions from our side where we will try and bring more electric cars also to push the topic further.
And Audi India saw a dip in sales last year in the first 2 quarters, and the fourth quarter was really good in terms of sales for the entire year. First of all, what contributed to the dip, and then what contributed to the the good sales numbers, and how do you see 2025 panning out?
So generally, if you see, okay, coming back to the challenge, I think first 2 quarters of last year we had supply issues for the cars, and that was one of the reasons, one of the major reasons why there was a dip overall in the terms of numbers. And of course, it grows towards the end of the year because normally in third quarter you have the festivity starting, which runs into fourth quarter. So that's how the industry runs. First and the last quarters are always the strongest ones. So, and this year we've started very positive, and I'm hopeful that this positivity continues, and I'm expecting the industry to grow at a moderate pace of about 8 to 10%, and I think we will also look at the growth in the similar lines.
What are the products that we can expect from Audi this year?
So, I will not be able to share more than what you have today, but you will have more products that we will be launching also going forward.
Any more RS models planned for India?
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
You did mention that the pre-owned car industry is also, you've seen a growth by 30%. How can you get more numbers in that department as well?
We've been focusing on this section of industry very strongly for last 5 years. And I can tell you with proud that last year, whatever number of new car sales we did, almost close to 75% of that sale in terms of number was also from pre-owned cars business. So that business has already grown to that extent. But that has come, when in 2020 we just had 7 pre-owned car showroom. Now we have 26.
Right.
And a lot of work has been done because if you see the car prices have gone up quite a bit in last 3 to 5 years. That means that between luxury and non-luxury the gap has grown quite a bit. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to fill that gap with pre-owned cars business. We're trying to bring luxury experience to customers if they're not yet ready to buy a new car in luxury space through pre-owned cars business. Give them same experience like a new car in the luxury space, and then eventually sell them a new car. So that is how that's how we're trying to bridge that gap, and I'm sure this will also continue to grow. Of course, when the base grows, the percentage grows little less, but we expect this number to continue to grow.
And last year, at the start of last year, you had inaugurated the ultra fast charging hub at BKC. Any more plans for such?
Yes, you will hear from us soon. We're also planning some more initiatives to push that topic further.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time.